Discovery 2 from Benesch is one of the best bookshelf speaker money can buy. There aren't many bookshelf speakers that could match with this speaker. Even Bow & Wilkins 805 Diamond or Foucault Diablo Utopia won't cut it. Funny thing is, Discovery is not the most expensive product from Benesch by far. It is not the most expensive bookshelf speaker from them either. The title is taken by Endeavor, by the way. And yet, it is the most expensive stuff that I reviewed since I started this channel. The retail price of this speaker starts from 24.5 grand in the States. If you think that's hefty, the price is for standard finish only. Now that is a lot of money for a pair of stand mount speakers, and some might wonder why. Benesch is like a Brit version of Magical or Wiser Acoustics. I mean, they are the kind of speaker maker making high-end stuff only. Perhaps that would explain why they are so expensive. Benesch used to make more accessible, affordable speakers like Square series for a short while, but they soon dropped the line. I had a pair of Square 1 series too for some time in the past, and I still miss them. Discovery 2 is a success of Discovery, which lasted for 16 years over a few updates. Discovery was my next upgrade aspiration at the time, but they discontinued Discovery and brought out Discovery 2. I could see Discovery 2 was even better than Discovery, the previous version. But I had to give it up, because it was just way over my budget. Before I go on any further, I would like to clarify one thing. Discovery may be categorized as bookshelf speaker, but it actually isn't. Its stand cannot be separated with the speaker. They are just a part of the speaker. Even its binding posts are located on the stand. Plus, its base units are mounted outside of the cabinet. Discovery is more like floor stander or tall boy, whichever you want to put it, with open baffle structure. I suspect Benesch deliberately categorized Discovery as a bookshelf speaker because they have more expensive floor standers to sell. Well, be that as it may, the market considers Discovery 2 as a bookshelf speaker, probably because it has the look of it. Okay, let's take a closer look. Discovery 2's front panels are made of aluminum. It feels extremely solid and virtually has no resonance when I knock on it. I presume they have a certain thickness. Rest of the enclosure is made of ACT monocoque. As the name suggests, they are seamless, one wedge-shaped piece, which adds stiffness of the enclosure. This ACT monocoque is made of 2 layers of aerospace-grade carbon fiber and fiberglass, and some sort of aerospace material in between, which they named it blast core. All this may seem bizarre and unnecessary, but make no mistake, Benesch has been around over 30 years. They are an expert on dissipating vibration. Their very first product was a turntable, and they are the frontier of introducing carbon into hi-fi domain. Top panel seems to be toughened glass and brushed aluminum. You may not see its quality through pictures, but they are very solid. Rest of the body, I believe, is all aluminum. I can see improvements over the previous model. The predecessor had acrylic top, which was prone to fine scratches, and the base plate was rather thinner and lighter. Previous model had a slight stability issue, because all Discovery speakers are standing on the triangular mount. This revised model has a base panels with such a thickness and provide more security. There is huge improvement on the spikes too. Solid and nicely rounded spikes add safety and stability. Even the spike shoes are with fine touch. There are metal ball bearings inside in it, which helps to dissipate unwanted vibration. There are typical rhodium-plated Wilson Benesch binding posts. These binding posts are excellent. The only downside is you need a spanner to tighten them up. Likewise, usual Wilson Benesch jumper cables come with the package as a standard. They are way above most other standard jumper cables or jumper pins. I know because I had Wilson Benesch Square 1 in the past. I left the grills on most of the time, and there is a reason for it. If you look at the grills, the whole frame and even the grill pins are all made of heavy, solid metal. It came as a message not to take the grills off when the manufacturer takes this much attention with grills. Okay, units. Discovery has been using 2.5-way configuration over 2 decades. 7-inch mid-range units at the top is called Tactic 2 driver. There is a close resemblance to Scanspeak 8545 woofer, especially the dustcap part. I suspect it is because Wilson Benesch has used Scanspeak units in the past. Currently, Wilson Benesch makes all of their units. Surprising fact is, I was told that Wilson Benesch do not use carbon on Tactic drivers, and there must be a reason for it, because Wilson Benesch, as far as I know, is the carbon expert. Basically, Tactic 2 drivers cover most frequencies, from 500 Hz to 5 kHz to be exact. Effectively, Discovery behaves like full-range speakers, and other units kick in for the rest frequencies between 35 Hz and 30 kHz. The enclosure of Discovery has isolated chambers for the mid-range units from the rest of the units to make sure the mid-range unit does its job without unwanted interference. Wilson Benesch is one of the speaker brands that believes less intervention from crossover is more ideal, so the crossover in the Discovery remain as minimal as possible, just as the rest of the Wilson Benesch's product range. Older Discovery use Scanspeak silk dome tweeters. Discovery to replace them with their own semi-sphere tweeters. It is like Scanspeak tweeters plus silk and carbon fiber inside. Wilson Benesch claims other parts are revised also. Base units are called Isobaric drive system. Basically, it is like a sandwich of 2 Tactic drivers facing each other. Isobaric drive system enables more base with smaller diameter. There are other brands too using similar configuration as such, but they are mostly placed inside the cabinet, which may cause problems when repair is required. Finally, ports. Ports are hidden with isobaric woofers. It is one of the reasons why they cannot be used with conventional third-party stands. So, the sound. Well, what can I say? It is simply the best. The best I can think of. It delivers music in the most pleasant way that I can imagine. The soundstage is so wide, yet it has clear side walls too. There is slight shadow in the sound with masses of detail, and the resolution of bass is simply breathtaking. I know I use this expression a lot, but consider this set of speakers is in the different league from the speakers of my previous review. It is the best speaker that I ever tried in my listening room. I liked previous Discovery more than the previous version of Magic OS 1. I think I will prefer this over Magic OS 3. But don't just take my words for it. This is based on my perhaps biased preference. The reason I like Wilson Benesch is they are on the fine line of technical excellence and musicality. They're technically superb and yet have that distinctive texture within the sound. I like that combination ever since my days with Square One. This discovery has taken the same direction way further. But then again, money is always the problem. I should have bought it when I could, especially before my marriage.